You are not ugly. You are just not making an effort. The first step to becoming more beautiful, more attractive is to realize that you are already beautiful. You're just not making enough of an effort to look like your best self yet. The reason that most celebrities look like they do, the reason that their appearance makes us go wow, is because they have spent so much time, effort, and money into looking the way they do. And I am not saying that you have to spend all your time and all your money on beauty treatments to try and look like them, but we can definitely take a page out of their book to enhance our appearance, to look like our best selves, and use that to our advantage. Because let's be honest, looks matter. Who doesn't want to look good? And just because you want to put in effort into your appearance, that does not mean that you're shallow or vain. Putting effort into how you look is a great way of saying that you love yourself without actually saying it out loud. So, in this video, I have a few tips, hacks, and tricks that have helped me elevate my appearance and that can help you too. Think of these like creating a maintenance calendar for your looks. Things that you do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that can really help you look and feel like your best self on a continued basis. This is everything we're going to cover in the video, and it goes without saying that you need to focus on your physical health and your mental well being as well for this physical glow up for your appearance to last. Let's start with the face. The first thing here is facial massages, and these are a complete game changer. When you do this, you're basically relaxing the muscles of your face. You are also draining the lymph nodes around your face that can cause it to look puffy, that can cause it to look bloated. And when you do this, it basically helps you contour your face. It makes it look more snatched, more chiseled. It can basically make your face look very sculpted without you having to go under the knife or getting beauty treatments done or getting plastic surgery done. I'm going to share an Instagram account that I actually follow to learn the different face massage techniques, so you can check them out as well. And you can do it with your hands, you can do it with a gua sha, you can do it with a Kansa wand. It's actually very helpful in making you look well groomed and put together. Now, speaking about a chiseled face, one area that a lot of people are concerned about is their jawline, double chin. And in my 20s, I also used to have a little bit of a double chin. It's come back a little bit because I've put on a little bit of weight due to PCOD, but you can still see that my jawline is quite chiseled. And one hack that I have been using for, I don't know, 6, 7 years now to maintain this chiseled jawline is this face exercise that I do where I tilt my neck back and then just open and close my jaw. And you will feel that this muscle right here gets worked a lot when you do that. And after you've done it 1 day or 2 days, you will actually start having like soreness in this region, in your muscular region here. And that helps get rid of a lot of the puffiness. I don't want to say fat because you can't spot reduce fat, but actually helps just carve out this jawline, makes your jaw muscles, the masseter muscle, I think, strengthen. And that basically helps create a more defined look for your jaw. Moving on from the jaw to the smile. Several studies have shown that people in general, we as human in general, are more attracted to symmetrical faces than asymmetrical faces. And one thing that can really help bring out that symmetry is your smile. Studies have also shown that the smile is the first thing that we notice in people. So having a beautiful smile, having a well-defined smile, having teeth that are perfectly aligned within your smile can actually elevate your appearance beyond a doubt. So, if you have crooked teeth or if you have an uneven smile, the first thing I would want you to consider is whether you are chewing your food correctly. A lot of us tend to chew only from one side of the face, and that can cause an imbalance in how your jaw looks, like how chiseled your jaw is, and also how your smile looks. So, if that is something that you tend to do, only chew from one side, try and switch that up. Try and make it more even. Try and chew from both sides of your face. I remember I got cavity in one of my left molars a long time back, and it was a huge cavity. So the doctor filled it, and then I was very scared of that filling coming out. So I started chewing from my right side. So even if you align my face right now, you will see that my right side is a little heavier than my left side. And that's because I have chewed my food a lot more times from this side of my face than this side of my face. When I realized this, I started evening things out and I chew from both sides now. I also did a lot of chewing gum to be able to like balance the symmetry of my face. Now it looks a lot better, but yeah, this is one small hack if you have an asymmetrical face to try and do that. Another exercise is actually holding a pencil in your mouth, and a lot of people talk about face yoga. This is one of those face yoga exercises. You hold a pencil in your mouth and you try and smile, like you hold a pencil and then you smile, and you do this a couple of times every single day. Over a period of time, it helps balance out that little bit of asymmetry that is there. Another thing that can cause asymmetry is crooked teeth or teeth that are not well aligned. Thankfully, I have not faced that problem. Thank you, God, for the genetics. But if you do have problem with crooked teeth, teeth that are coming out, etc., you can try braces, of course. But nowadays, there are these Invisalign things, that invisible braces thing that you can use as well. One friend of mine has actually used these and has found such a good impact. Like, his smile is so perfectly aligned right now. It looks very nice. So that is definitely something you can give a try, but it's more on the expensive side. So if you can't afford it right now, or if you're in school, college, where you're not earning enough to be able to afford that right now, maybe earn a little bit and then go back to it later when you can actually afford it, because you can actually do this as adults as well. You don't have to get it done right in childhood. So that's okay. You can wait a few years and then get it done later. Till then, you can focus on the rest of the things. Now, moving on from the shape of the face to the skin of the face and the skin of the body. The first thing that I have seen a lot of people deal with is acne. I myself have suffered a lot from acne in the past, and it can be so debilitating for your confidence. I used to struggle so much with wearing anything that showed my back at all because I had really bad back knee. Thank you, PCOD. And then I start getting hormonal acne around my face as well whenever I am about to get my period cycle. So it's just a nightmare. And over the course of a few years, I have figured out products that actually help me maintain a relatively acne-free face. One, of course, is tea tree oil from Body Shop. The other is this Glyco A cream. You can get it at the chemist, which is 6% and 12% concentration glycolic acid. So the 12% one I use on my back, the 6% one I use on my face. I have tried other glycolic acid serums. I've tried the minimalist one as well. Doesn't work as well for me. And I use these during the time that I'm about to get breakouts, right? So that they can be curbed right there. But I understand that this is not a bad case of acne, and that is why these products work. But if you have a really bad case of acne, or if you have cystic acne, the first thing you want to do is consult a doctor and see if there is an underlying cause for your acne. In a lot of cases, it can be gut health related. A lot of cases, it can be hormone related. So if you fix the root cause, it can help you fix your acne topically as well. Like, you want to start at the root cause. A couple of things that you should never do though is, one, pick your skin. This is coming from a former skin picker. Whenever I used to get nervous, it was a nervous tick. Basically, I used to go pick my skin, and the scars for some of those are still on my face. Not a very fun thing to have. And it messes up your appearance, especially right in the moment, because if you pick it a lot, it can cause it to, have cuts, wounds, etc. That can take a lot of time to heal, and that can make you susceptible to more infections. Not a fun space to be in. So do not pick your skin. The second thing you don't want to do is touch your face a lot. I know the urge to control this is so hard. I have a very tough time controlling the urge to touch my face all of the time. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it, girl, guy, whoever you are. Third thing, whenever you come back home from a public place like a gym or the metro, etc., blah, 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 wash your hands first thing and wash your face first thing, and use whatever skincare you are using, because you want to get rid of all of that dirt, grime buildup and not let it stay on your skin, especially if you suffer from acne. The second thing you want to focus on is taking supplements for skin health. Personally, for me, biotin, collagen, and vitamin C have worked wonders. I take these on an ongoing basis. My nutritionist has told me, though, that you should not take any supplement for more than 3 months at one stretch. So I don't do that. So if I've taken, like, let's say vitamin C for 3 months straight, I will cut it out, give it like a 2 month break, and then get back on it again. But whenever I consume vitamin C, I notice that my skin texture, the radiance on my skin, etc., everything becomes so much more beautiful. So supplements can really help enhance the quality of your skin. And if your skin is looking healthy, if it feels healthy, it automatically makes you look more attractive. It makes you look more beautiful. And that is always a good space to be in. The same with biotin, the same with collagen. All right, moving on to finding the right products for your skin. So many of you guys keep asking me for my skincare routine, although I have already done a video on it. Guys, watching skincare routines of other people, watching beauty influencers, watching all of these product videos is not leading you anywhere. In most cases, you need a very, very simple skincare routine. with products that actually work for your skin. And everybody's skin type is different. Yes, there's some sort of experimentation involved because you'll have to try a few things to figure out what actually works for you. But do not blindly trust trends. Not all products in the market are supposed to work for everyone. For example, vitamin C does not work very well for my skin. I have used it in the past and I've tried to use it and tried to make it work for me for the longest time, but it doesn't, right? So I switched it out. Retinol, on the other hand, works really well. Glycolic acid, on the other hand, works really well for my skin. Ceramide moisturizers work really well for my skin. So those are things that I have found out by trial and error. You don't have to do that. You can go to a dermat and do that if you have the funds. Because let's face it, you might just be spending an equal amount of money experimenting with skincare products. Those things are expensive as shit. But if that is the route that you want to go down on, you are still taking a gamble on your skin. A safer way is to just consult a dermat and use products that actually work for your skin right from the get-go. And speaking of, finding the right products, you also need to treat your skin conditions as soon as possible. So a lot of people have hyperpigmentation, a lot of people, have dark spots, they might have those skin tags, etc. You might have acne, whatever your skin condition. If you start noticing any changes, not just on your face, anywhere in your body, go consult a doctor. Figure out one, what is causing that issue, and two, what is the right kind of product to use for that issue so that it does not, become massive and go out of the door and then becomes very difficult to deal with later on. Cut out smoking and alcohol. And I don't know how many times I need to say this. Nothing ruins your skin as much as smoking does. And I have like a living proof example of this. So I have this very, very beautiful friend. Beautiful, lovely features. She had lovely skin as well back when we were in college. Recently, I had been seeing her photos on Instagram, and there was something that seemed off about her face, right? Of course, I'm not going to go ahead and ask her, oh my God, so what is wrong with your face? Your face has become weird. But we ended up meeting recently for some reason. And I learned that this girl had been smoking for the past 4, 5 years on a daily basis. And that is what led to her skin becoming like that. I could instantly see the difference and I could instantly make out that this is because of smoking. So if you smoke, if you drink, cut it out. If you want your skin to be radiant, if you want to look healthy, if you want to look beautiful, these are the things that you have to give up. Okay. And finally, for your face skin specifically, find a makeup look that works for you. Now, there are so many makeup trends. There are so many, different kind of beauty looks that are going on in the market. And trust me, not all of them work for every single person. You know how I know this? Because I have tried it. The reason that you guys look at my face and say, oh my God, what do you do for your skin? What do you do for your face? Is because I have figured out that this is the makeup look that works for me. This is what makes my face look beautiful and well put together and radiant and all of that. And that is what I am going for. If I were to switch this out for like a all nude look or an all brown look where I have brown lipstick and brown eyeshadow, I will look like a dead person. So figure out what kind of makeup look works for you. Of course, as you age, as you grow, different kinds of looks will look better on you. But you should have one makeup look that you can put together in under 5 minutes, no matter where you're going, and it makes you instantly look 10x better than you would, while you're sitting in your pajamas, just like that. From skin, we come to your hair. Your hair can make or break your look. There's a reason we have the term called bad hair day because bad hair days can actually ruin your look. First thing you want to do is figure out your parting. After a lot of trial and error, I have figured out that the middle part works best for me. For the longest time in my life, I used to have a side part, but when I was a kid, I think that looked better on me. But as I have grown older, I think a middle part suits my face really well. So here's something that you can use to figure out what, parting looks good on what face shape and what kind of hair texture, right? So I have straight, fine hair and middle parting looks nice on me because it helps balance out my face. It helps it look even. When I do a side part, it makes one side of my face look heavier, and I don't want to do that. You can often figure it out once you do it for like a couple of times. If you've always had a side part, try doing a middle part or parting your hair the other side. And once you do it, you will instantly be able to see which hair parting looks good on you. And once you find your parting, that is the one that you use, my dear love, to always kind of elevate your appearance. The next thing you want to do is find your hairstyle to suit your face shape. So I have like a mixture of long plus square. So long hair, and I love long hair, which is also a consideration here, of course. So long layers is the style that typically suits me, especially since I have fine straight hair as well. I have tried multiple different styles. They all end up looking the same pretty much. So I go with face framing layers. Now they've grown long and I have to go to the salon for a trim. Long layers that frame my face in the front and then have like this sort of U shape in the back. That is the hairstyle that looks really nice on me. And that is the hairstyle that I can also maintain. Go try and figure out what hairstyle works for you based on your face shape. And the third thing you want to do is figure out what hair products work for you. You want to use products that are meant for your hair type, that are meant to maintain this sort of structure, to make your hair look more silky and shiny instead of making it look frizzy and dull. Now, in the last glow up video that I had made, I had spoken about using a sulfate free shampoo. And I still continue to use that. The Arata one is really nice. But since then, I have come across new information and I have found using sulfate free shampoos is not necessarily the best idea for everyone. And that is because all of these sulfate free shampoos also use a surfactant or some sort of thing to, create that jhag or the foam that you have. But different types of surfactants work on different hair types. So it is not necessary that just because you're using a sulfate free shampoo that will necessarily make your hair look good, make your hair look better. So I recently went back to my mom's place and she uses the L'Oreal Total Repair 5 range, and I oiled my hair and I ended up using that shampoo. And oh my god, my hair looked insanely good, like insanely good. And I was like, but why is this happening? So I put on my research hat and I started researching and I figured out that just because everybody else is saying it, that you need to use sulfate free shampoos and they're supposedly good for you, they might not necessarily be good for you because different hair types, different hair textures respond differently to different ingredients. So while I continue to use, well, Arata because I don't want to do a lot of chemical overload, I also switch it up with the L'Oreal Total Repair 5 and I use their conditioner as well. And when I oil and shampoo my hair with that, it looks so good. Today also I have done that, my friends, and look at how shiny and silky my hair looks. So products are one side of things. The other side is actually taking care of your hair because just like your skin, your hair also absorbs things from the environment. It can get dull, dry, etc. You need to have a hair care routine. I've spoken about this in the 60-day glow up video. But just as a refresher course, I do oiling, shampoo, conditioner once a week. Like oiling, I do once a week. And I wash my hair, I think 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how dirty they are, because I go to the gym every day and that can create a lot of buildup. So depending on how greasy my hair is, I will wash it twice or thrice a week. And I always condition my hair after I wash it, which is something that you need to do. A lot of people just skip that step. It closes up those cuticles that get open your hair shaft and protect it from further damage. And then I also use a leave-in conditioner, which is also a heat protectant. And again, this one's from L'Oreal, their yellow bottle with the pump. Just 2 pumps throughout my entire hair, and it makes your hair so manageable, tangle free, prevents breakage, all of that jazz. And this thing, the leave-in conditioner, I actually do it on a very regular basis, even on days when I don't wash my hair, to maintain that shine, to prevent, a lot of pollution from getting absorbed, etc. So that keeps my hair looking smooth, shiny, silky, all of that. And because I have PCOD and that, the hormones keep fluctuating, there are times when I get a lot of hair fall. During those times, I use the Soulflower serum to actually regrow hair that has fallen out. So far, I found it quite effective, and just a few pumps in my hair does the job. And you have to use it every day when you're using it. So on the months that I use it for the entire month, and then I'm done, and it works wonders. So if you're somebody who's suffering from hair fall, you can try Rednazil, which is in this. And the other ingredient that helps with hair regrowth, especially for people with PCOD or male pattern baldness, is minoxidil. But it would be a good idea to just consult a dermat and see what concentration of these ingredients will work for you. Oh yeah, and I also use rosemary oil for hair growth. So I will just mix a few drops of rosemary oil with my Kama Ayurveda Bringadi oil, and it works wonders. Okay, so moving on from this part of your body to the rest of your body, the next thing you want to do is invest time getting fit. Fitter bodies are naturally more attractive. Athletic bodies are naturally more attractive. I've been working on my fitness. I am currently working to lose weight, which I actually ended up gaining in the past year and a half because of, again, hormonal fluctuations with PCOD. So I'm trying to figure out how to lose this weight in the most sustainable way possible so that it doesn't come back. But just going to the gym, working on your fitness, and working on having a more athletic body instantly makes you more attractive, and that is what you want to do. That is why we find celebs so attractive, because they have fitter bodies, they look like they have fit bodies. And the reason we find this attractive is because our brain is conditioned, is primed to find people who are well suited for survival. And fitter people are generally healthier people. Of course, they're well suited for survival. They radiate health, and healthy people are people we naturally find attractive. Next thing you want to do is focus on your gut health. A lot of what you look like is very heavily dependent on your gut health, and a lot of people have very poor gut health because they don't eat the right food. So if you have acne, if you're getting skin tags, if you have, those blackish rings around your neck, that's because of insulin resistance, and that's directly linked to poor gut health. If you have hormonal issues, that can be linked to poor gut health. So your gut is often called the second brain, and it's because a lot of the movement of your nutrients, of what gets absorbed, what gets eliminated from your body, happens in the gut. You really want to focus on your health down there so that it reflects in your outward beauty, in your outward appearance, my dear friend. Next, we come to your hands and your feet. I think this is one area that most people tend to ignore. Please take care of your hands and your feet. You can have, your entire face done up. You can have worn the best clothes, and suddenly somebody looks down at your feet and they look down at your hand and they're like, there's grime under the nails, they're shabby, you are probably chewing on the nails, all of that jazz. Stop it. Okay. I love getting my nails done. And the reason is because when these get done, I am sorted for an entire month. I don't have to worry about putting nail polish. I don't have to worry about, eating my nails when I'm nervous. They stay like this for a month on end. And it is so, so helpful to just not have to bother. And anytime I look at my hand looks pretty. And I just have to moisturize it. I just have to take care of the skin on my hands, which again is very, very important. When you start aging, when you get into your late 20s, your 30s, your hands are actually what start showing the first sign of aging. So if you want to maintain your overall look and your overall beauty, focusing on taking care of your hands, focusing on taking care of your feet can go a long way in doing that. One quick hack when you are getting dressed or when you have to go for an event to really, really look put together and to really look like, your body is glowing from within. I use this body shimmer. It looks so nice. It makes your skin look so nice. I just mix it with a few pumps of BB cream and then apply it all over like my legs and my arms. And then when I wear like a strapless dress or when I wear something that shows off my legs, it actually looks like I have the most glowy skin possible. So that is something that you might want to try. From your body coming to your style. Now, I'm going to be the first person to come out and say that I'm still working on my style, but even through this entire process, I have found a few silhouettes, a few pieces that work for me, that work for my current body type, and that make me look well put together. And I invest in those and I keep those as my go-to pieces. Let's say for when I'm sitting and recording a video or for when I'm going out and I want to look put together. You should have a few key pieces in your wardrobe that actually make you look good no matter what the situation is. All right. First way to do this is to get clothes in colors that complement you. I'm going to show you a little trick here on how to do that. Okay. Here are a couple of t-shirts on my face. Now, see how my face changes and how the light on my face changes as I keep switching the colors, right? This is a great hack. I actually use this now in the trial room to basically see what colors look good with my skin tone. See how much better red looks than this green looks. And that's because red elevates my skin tone. It makes all of those little imperfections go away. But when I do put this green thing, it actually enhances those imperfections. It makes my skin look more dull, more drab. It's not about looking fair or dark. It's about enhancing your natural color or your natural skin tone. So you want to work with colors that accentuate, that brighten your natural skin tone. Same goes for jewelry. And one way to figure this out is your like cold, neutral, warm undertones. But I have not found that to be very helpful because if I look at the color of my veins, it's green, which means I should be a warm undertone, but gold jewelry doesn't suit me very well. It's actually a mixture of either silver or silverish gold that really works well for my skin tone. So that means I might have a neutral undertone. So the easiest hack that I found is using this camera trick, which is putting the camera in front of me and then seeing when I put something next to my face, whether that enhances my skin tone or makes it more dull. The next thing, of course, you want to do is figure out clothes or like cuts and silhouettes that actually flatter your body type, that enhance the way that you look instead of dragging you down. I am still in the process, like I said, and once I figure out how to get this entire jazz done, I will make a separate video on that. But for now, I just want you to focus on finding 4 or 5 key pieces that make you look like Baba Boom. Like you step out and you feel like a model, you look like a model. That is what you want to aim to find for now. And this includes finding clean cuts, which is solid, not frilly, not trendy wear, just fits that are evergreen that will look good no matter when you wear them. And finally, you want to focus on finding clothes that fit. I have made this mistake so many times in my life, I cannot even begin to tell you, where I try and fit myself into clothes that no longer fit me, which is not a great way of telling yourself that you love yourself. If you have gained weight, if you have lost weight, whatever the reason is, and you're not fitting into existing clothes, please go ahead and get new ones that actually fit your body. Your clothes are supposed to fit you. You are not supposed to fit your clothes. Drill that into your mind. It's taken me a really long time to drill that into my mind. But wearing clothes that fit is so essential to looking put together. It is so essential to looking good. That means that those clothes hug you at the right places, they accentuate the right features, and that is what we want to do. Moving on from all of this physical stuff to a few mindset things that you really need to focus on when you're looking at elevating your experience. The first one is comparing yourself to others. Yes, we live in a social media world. Yes, we live in a world where beauty treatments, plastic surgery, spending hundreds and thousands of rupees on cosmetic procedures is normalized. And this has led to a culture of comparison and shaming for not looking like a particular way, like looking a particular way. But here, I want to mention something that I watched in another creator's video, Vikita Trivedi, and she said something very, very nice, which is instead of following other beauty standards, create your own beauty standard. Look at yourself in a way, find yourself in a way where you understand what is the beauty standard for you. And that actually helps you end comparison so beautifully, helps you figure out that you are unique, you are your kind of beautiful. I think this is something that Lana Blakely also said. Yes, there are beauty standards. Yes, there will be people who look a certain way, who masses find attractive, but they're not going to be beautiful in the way that you're going to be beautiful or in the way that I'm going to be beautiful. I am going to be Aditi beautiful. I'm going to be Aditi attractive. Nobody else can be Aditi and, this attractive. And that is so helpful in ending and getting out of this comparison game, because when you get out of it is when you truly start loving yourself and focusing on your appearance for your own self, instead of doing things to compare to other people or to, have an outward effect. That is not what you want to do. And the other thing you want to do is focus on confidence, right? Nothing is as attractive, nothing is as beautiful as confident. If you can walk into a room and own it, regardless of what you're wearing, regardless of what you look like, you are going to be beautiful to not just yourself, but to every other person in that room. And that is what we want to strive towards. We want to strive towards building our confidence. Yes, working on our appearance definitely helps with that. But you know what helps with that more? Everything else that I've talked about in this video. So go check it out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for sitting around till the end. Like this video, subscribe, and yeah, I love you very, very much. I hope you use all of these tips to glow up.